Hello dear students, I am Dr. Hassan Jamal Abidi, ex-University Librarian of Jamia Millia Islamia. Today we are going to discuss about classification of compound and complex subjects with the help of DDC, that is Dewey Decimal Scheme of Classification, and we will be using the 19th edition of the DDC. Today we discuss about synthesis of class numbers in DDC. Dewey Decimal Scheme of Classification was introduced by Melville Dewey in 1876 as a purely enumerative scheme of classification, in which ready-made class numbers of almost all the subjects conceived by him at that time were included. The number of subjects kept on increasing due to research in various disciplines as well as interdisciplinary research. Keeping in view the exponential growth in the number of compound and complex subjects, DDC introduced a number of techniques for building the class numbers for these newly emerging subjects. The synthesis of numbers building of class numbers with the help of 7 tables was discussed earlier. Broadly, we have 2 methods of synthesizing the class numbers. First is using the 7 tables which are given in the first volume of DDC. These tables have ready-made, these cannot be used alone. These numbers of these tables are added to the numbers which are given in the schedules. So, this is the first method to synthesize the complex and compound subject class numbers. So, we add a digit from any one of the 7 auxiliary tables which are given in the first volume of DDC to the basic subject number given in the schedules, and this way we make the class number of the complex number subjects. So, the numbers of the tables cannot be used alone. These numbers can be only attached or added to the class numbers of the schedules as per given instructions. So, we have to follow the instruction and add these numbers from the tables. This method of synthesis of class numbers with the help of the tables has already been discussed by us in detail in our previous lectures. Now, synthesis of class number by adding a number from the schedule to the another number of schedule. This is what we are going to discuss today. This is the second method or technique given by DDC to synthesize the numbers of compound and complex subjects. So, this is very important method of which was introduced by DDC, through which we can add one class number of the schedule to another number and build the class number of the complex subjects. This at various places in the schedules we find some instructions, add to instructions, we call it add to instructions, and in many cases part of a number of the schedule and sometime the whole number of the schedule is to be added to another class number of the schedule, which we call the base number. Base number is the main subject number, and to this number instruction, as per instruction, we add part of the schedule number and or the full number, class number. So, basic subject number, what is basic subject number? It is the most important or concrete part of the complex subject or compound subject to be classified. By following these add to instructions, we have to classifier can easily synthesize the class numbers of complex and compound subjects. Synthesis of class numbers, we first of all we deal with the synthesis of class numbers by adding a number from the schedule, only part of a number. The classifier must remember that he cannot add a number from schedule without any instruction to the base number. Only when we find an instruction to do so, then only we can add a number to the base number. So, without an instruction, it is not possible. Wherever we find an add to instruction in the schedules, it is always followed by an example which facilitates or helps the classifier to synthesize the desired class number. So, we have to be careful to look into the instructions, add to instructions in the schedule. Now, we shall explain the use of this important method of synthesis of class numbers given by DDC by adding one class number of schedule to another through add to instruction. So, we will give some examples and which will make this concept more clear to you. So, as I said earlier that we have got two methods of doing this, one number schedule number to another. So, first is adding a part of the number. First we take up this method. So, we add only part of the number of the schedule to the base number. So, the second one is when we add the complete number to the base number. So, first we take up the when we are instructed to add only part of the number to the base number. So, we find that many instructions in the schedules to create a sequence by adding a part of digits to the base number from another sequence in the schedules are given. For example, to synthesize the class number for the subject plant enzymes. So, we find that there is a 581.19 is a number for biophysics and biochemistry of plants. This is the common basic subject. There is an instruction under this that we can add to this base number 581.19 any number following 574.19 in 574.191 to 574.192. So, there is a this is a sequence of numbers 574.191 to 574.192. We can take any number from this sequence and we can add the number following 574.19 to the base number. So, number for enzymes under this sequence, that is 574.191-192, biophysics and biochemistry in general, that is 574.1925. So, now we have been instructed to add any number from this sequence. We find this number for enzymes and we add the number following this 25 is the number which is followed by 574.19, that is which comes after 574.19. This part of the number has to be added to the base number. So, 2 5 digits 25 is to be added to the base number 581.19. So, finally, we obtain the number for plant enzymes 581.19 and plus 25 is added. So, 581.1925 is the number for complete number of the class number of the subject plant enzymes. So, we will take some examples of adding part of a number, some more examples from the schedules. So, for example, there is a title of a book, Administration of Public Libraries. So, its class number has been assigned 025.1974. How? Now, we will try to understand this. First of all, we find out the basic subject number, base number, we call it base number. So, base number of this title, this subject dealt in this book is Administration of Specific Types of Libraries, which is 025.19. And under this entry, we find an instruction that add to base number 025.19 the number following 02 in 026-027. So, this under this sequence 026, 027, we find the number public of our public libraries is 027.4. And as per the instruction given above, the classifier has been directed to add the number following 02, that is 74 only, to the base number. So, the classifier will add 74 to the base number 025.19. So, we obtain the full class number for this title, Administration of Public Libraries, 025.19, which is the base number, then 74. So, complete number is 025.1974. So, this what procedure we have followed in the synthesis of this class number, let us try to understand. So, we have just first of all found out the base number of this title, Administration of Public Libraries. So, that is 05.19, that is the most important part of the subject of this subject, Administration of Public Libraries. So, first of all we find out the base number and then we add the number for public libraries as per the instruction, the sequence 026-027, we can add any number from this sequence to the base number. So, for public libraries, the number we find in the schedule is 027.4 and we drop 02 because we have been instructed to add the number after 02, following 02. So, the digits after 02 is 74. So, these digits 74 have to be added to the base number and we ignore the decimal points because we do not add any decimal after one decimal, only one decimal point is given in the class number and it is not repeated again in the after three digits, only one decimal is given. So, we do not repeat it. The base number in the given title was 025.19, Administration of Specific Kinds of Libraries. So, we obtain the complete class number for the above title 025.1974 by adding 74 to 025.19. We take another example of adding part of a number from the schedule to the base number. The title is Hindu Gurus. There is a document dealing with Hindu Gurus. The class number for this will be assigned 294.561. But how? First of all, we try to find out the basic subject of this title. basic subject is Hinduism. So, we take the number 294.5 for Hinduism, and after that leaders or organizations or activities, and for we find the number 294.56-57. This under this entry we get an instruction, add to base number 294.5. So, this is the base number Hinduism. The number following 291 in 291.6-291.7. So, from this sequence 291.6-291.7, we have to add the number for gurus, but we have to drop the 291 as per instruction. We have to add only the number following 291. So, 291.61 we get the number for clergy and counselors, including the gurus. The number of priests is there, for ministers, pastors, for all those categories the number 291.61 is there. So, gurus is also there. So, as per instruction, the classifier has to add the number which comes after 291, that is 61. So, 291.61 is gurus. So, we have to drop 291 and add only 61 to the base number. 294.5 is the base number. So, when we combine these two, 294.5 plus 61 for gurus. So, the complete class number of this title Hindu Gurus, we find 294.561. So, we will try again to understand the procedure which has been followed in synthesis of the above class number. We have seen that first of all we got the base number of for Hinduism, that is 294.5. Then we found out the as per instruction we added the number for gurus, which was in the above example we synthesized the number of the title Hindu Gurus by in the sequence 291.6-291.7, the number for gurus was 291.61. So, we dropped 291 and added only this part 61 as. So, this is we are adding only part of our class number as per instruction to the base number. Base number is the most important or concrete part of the subject. So, Hinduism was the most concrete part of this title. Then we added as per instruction 61 for gurus. So, in this way we synthesize the number of this title by adding part of a number to the base number, that is 291. We drop 291 and then add 61 only. So, part of a number has been added as per the instruction. So, this is one more example of where we have shown that how a part of a number is added to the base number. Base number is of course the basic subject number. So, this is how we obtain the complete class number for Hindu Gurus. So, 294.561. One more example of where we have used this technique or method is we take one more example, collection of Christian prayers for women. This is a complex title where the class number of this class, first of all we find out the basic subject number of this title, that is 242.8, Christian collection of prayers, collection of Christian prayers, that is 242.8, and then 242.82-289, these sequence of numbers is for specific classes of persons, means Christian collection of prayers for specific classes of persons. And we find an instruction again that add to this base number 242.8. So, everywhere we find which is the base number. So, we have to be careful, we have to add to this number base number the number other number as per the instruction. Here the base number is 242.8 and we have been instructed to add the number which follows 248.8 in the sequence 248.82 -248.89. Women, number for women under this sequence of numbers is 248.843. So, we have to add digits which follow 248.8, that is in the above sequence 43. 43 is the number which has to be added to the base number for women. So, 242.8 is the plus Christian prayers and plus 43 for women. So, the complete class number of this title 242.843. So, again we have used the same method by adding a part of a number, and we have synthesized the class number for the title collection of Christian prayers for women. So, first of all we found the basic subject number, base number, that is 242.8, which is for Christian collection of prayers, and then we found the number for women, and that is added to synthesize the complete class number of this title. So, 248.843 is the number for women, and we have dropped 248.8 as per instruction and added the number following this, that is 43. In this notation, the number 43 is the number for women. It has to be added to the base number 242.8. So, complete number becomes 242.843. This is the complete class number for the above title. So, these were some examples where we have shown how a part of a number from the schedule is added to a base number, that is the basic subject number of the title of a complex subject, and we synthesize the complete class number of the subject. Now, we will discuss sometimes a complete class number is added to the class number base number. So, one complete number of the schedule is added to another complete number. This is the second method of synthesizing the class number. So, here the complete class number is not the part of the class number, but the complete class number is added to another class number, but of course, when instruction is given. So, we find an instruction like add 001-999 to the base number. This instruction shows that any number from the schedule, schedule starts from 001 and ends at 999. So, all the class numbers are between these two. So, any class number can be added to the base number. When we find such an instruction in the schedule, then we can add the complete class number to the base number. For example, to synthesize the class number for the subject textile manufacture, there is a subject document on the subject textile manufacture, and we have to classify it. So, first of all 338.47 we find production of secondary goods and services. This is general number for production of goods and services. Then we find the instruction below this entry that add 001-999 to the base number 338.47, and then collection then we find out the number for textiles, and we find 677 is the class number in the schedule. So, this complete number 677 for textile, this number is to be added to the base number. As per the instruction, we add 677 to this 33847, that is the base number. So, complete class number for the subject textile manufacture becomes 338.47 plus 677, that is 338.47 677. So, after first 3 digits we give a dot, and after next 3 digits we leave a space. So, we don't give dot again. So, adding a complete number from the schedule to the base number, we have seen this here. We have added a complete number 677, what was the number for textile, and these were completely added full number. Another example for where a complete number is to be added, we take job opportunities in librarianship. Job opportunities in librarianship. For this, the class number is 331.124.102. But how? Now we will see how we classify this document. First of all, we find out the number for job vacancies or opportunities, that is 331.124. And for job opportunities in occupations other than extractive, manufacturing and construction, we find a note again, same type instruction, add 001-999 to the base number. So, base number is here, is 331.1241. So, everywhere we have been given the base number, then we have to add the number for any vocation. So, 02 for example is for library and information science or librarianship. This number, this complete number 02 has to be attached or added to the base number, and we synthesize the number for the title job opportunities in librarianship. 331.1241 is the base number, then we add 02, and the number, complete number of this title is 331.124102. 02 is attached to this basic subject number. So, we have seen that this is the second example we saw, where a complete class number has been added to the base number. So, at various places we find such instructions, add 001-999, and when we find this instruction, it means that complete class number is to be attached or added to the base number. So, in this title we have done the same. First of all, we found out the number for job opportunities in the occupations other than extractive, manufacturing and construction, which was found in the schedule was 1241, and to this number, as per the instruction given below this entry, we 001 we have 999, means we can add any job opportunities. We add the number of for example, medicine. So, it becomes a number for job opportunities in the medical field or doctors. So, we can add any number from the schedule and it becomes job opportunities for that particular occupation. So, the schedule, complete schedule can be used, any number from the schedule. When we find this instruction, add 001 to 999. So, it means any number from the schedule, any subject number can be added. Complete, that we have to add the complete class number from the schedule. So, this is another example where after the base number we have added the number of library information science. The class number for library information science was 02, which was added to this number. Now, we will take one more example of synthesizing the class number while adding one class number, complete class number, to another number. So, this title, for example, of the document is Public Housing Law. So, for for building the class number, for constructing the class number of this title, we first of all find out the number of social law, that is the basic subject of this title, this subject. 344 is for social law, and under social law we find public works. So, 344.06 is the number for laws for public works, and here we find the same instruction, add 001-999 to the base number 344.06. So, we find the 363.5 is the number for housing, and as per instruction the classifier can add the number 363.5 to the base number. So, how we synthesize the number? The base number is 344.06 and we add the complete number for housing is 363.5. This number is added to this number base number and the complete class number is 344.063635. So, complete number has been attached to the base number. So, these are some of the examples where first of all we search and find out the base number for the subject public works in the schedule 344.06, and as per instruction and which is given below this entry, we add number of housing from the schedule. So, this number wherever we find in the instruction in the schedule, add 001-999 to the base number. So, we add the number as we find in the schedule and complete class number for housing 363.5 here in this case, which is complete number has been attached or added to the base number, ignoring the this decimal 363.5, we add 3635 to this base number 344.06. So, because it complete class number of the title public housing law will be synthesized 344.06 3635. So, with the help of these examples we have discussed in the technique of synthesizing the class numbers of compound and complex subjects, where we add one class number from the schedule of DDC to another number, that is the base number as per given instruction, add to instruction we call it. So, we can divide these instruction into two categories. As we saw in the first type of instructions, we classifier is instructed to add only a part of class number from the schedule to the base number, and the number in other cases a complete subject number in the second type of instruction is given to add complete class number from the schedule to the base number. So, these are two basic methods of construction or synthesis of class numbers for the complex and compound subjects. Thank you very much.